We would like to welcome all of you who are joining us today for, I think, an exciting new addition to our ShadowControl solution that has been available and is providing tremendous service to our complete recovery solution. This is 4.0, which is a major upgrade. Today, I will be joining, helping out Junior. Junior is doing all the heavy lifting today as our technical product manager, and we'll be going through talking about the release and giving a demo. We want you to, as we go through this today, know that we are recording it. There will be a recording link made available. If you have questions anytime during this presentation, please provide those to us through the question chat option at the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and we will make sure that we get as many of those, if not all of those, answered during our session today. But we thank you very much for joining us, and we're really excited to have this opportunity to present this major release. ShadowControl 4.0 is a major release. It is providing us a great opportunity not only for this product, but also for the future, because we've taken a 4-generation leap ahead in the platform upon which this product is built. And because of this, there will be a little additional step that needs to take place during the installation and upgrade process, and Junior will be going through and showing you how that happens as well. The big thing that we're introducing today is Image Manager support, which has been long requested by our partner community, and we are delivering that with this release. We think this is a good opportunity to add to the continuing benefits that this product and all of our products provide to our partners and to their customers through enhancing the products. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Junior Silva, and he can take it away and give you a little drive down the road.
Hey guys, Junior here. So ShadowControl version 4.0, the biggest thing, like Rob was saying, is the monitoring of the Image Manager. And you know, this is something that, you know, we've always had visibility into Shadow Protect and SPX, but Image Manager, we know it does a lot of other functions to provide that assurance that everything is okay with your whole solution. So with this new addition, what you're going to be able to is see that, hey, consolidation is stopped or verification failed here, so you wouldn't be able to restore your latest point in time, for an example. Like, so it gives you that visibility, and you know those problems ahead of time. So with ShadowControl and its you know, rich notifications, you'll be able to not only tell if things are going not well on the SPX side, but now on the Image Manager side. So there's going to be a little new view into Image Manager, so it's going to be a little bit different. It won't look exactly like Image Manager, but it'll give you all the necessary information. Also, there's new IAM endpoint information that we're giving. So coming back from, you know, on the support side, there's a problem. You want to know where that problem is. So that was also some things that bubbled up, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Push install, previously it was only SPX, endpoint, and Shadow Protect. Image Manager, now you'll be able to push install Image Manager, and you'll also be able to update Image Manager from this new release of 4.0. So we're excited about that. That's been for sure the #1 requested feature. New status rules and user configurations. So again, so we increased the status rules and what you want to be notified on, and we'll show you what that looks like. And then the last step is that migration step. So the migration from 3.8 to 4.0. We did create a YouTube video that we're going to be showing over here. You guys will have access to this. You can share this with partners. Support will be sharing this as well. It just goes over the steps of what you need to do in order to migrate. As far as steps go, super simple. It's going to be just a matter of exporting the database, and on the new 4.0 appliance, you'll be able to import the database, and then you'll need to update the agents. So once the agents are updated, then you're going to have a view of everything. What the thing to know here is that XP and 2003 support, so that will stay with ShadowControl 3.8. So in 4.0, you will not have XP and 2003 support to be able to view those endpoints. The reason for that is that we updated to Ubuntu 16, and so in order to update to Ubuntu 16, use the new tools and leverage for the IAM integration, we had to make that move, and unfortunately the older XP in 2003, they did not support they only supported the old Python version and not the newest version that we had to do for the image manager.
Yeah, one quick note on this. On the product install page, we are going to continue to allow 2 installations, which is kind of new. If you go now to the install page, you'll always see the latest version. But we are going to allow 2 options to be there to note that this XP and 2003 support will need to be maintained by customers that want to continue to support those particular operating systems. So it'll be interesting. You'll be able to see both.
So getting over here, let's go for what we all came here for. Take a little spin of ShadowControl 4.0. In order to do that, before I start doing that, I'm going to go ahead. This is the YouTube video, How to Migrate StorageCraft ShadowControl 4.0. You can search it online. So I'm going to, really simple, I'm going to go through here. You're going to go through Appliance, Settings. So this is from 3.8. From Appliance Settings, we're going to need to create the backup of the appliance. So you go over here, Appliance Backup. You're going to need to set up a password in order to back it up. So once that password's set, then we'll export that database. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down. And there it is, export backup file. So now once that's exported, that's all that you need to do on 3.8. And at this point, we're just shutting down 3.8. We're installing, or if you already have installed 4.0, and then you're going to bring it back up. Once it comes back up, I put it on the same IP address. This is very important because as soon as it comes up, it says, would you like to configure this appliance? So set up a new appliance comes by default. You need to click Restore this appliance from a ShadowControl database backup file. If you don't, it's going to create a new database, and you'll have to restart the install again of ShadowControl. But really simple, so make sure you click Restore from a backup file. You choose the file, and hit I agree. So this takes, I'm going to speed it up. It says about 45 minutes, but it's a lot faster than that. It was about 10 minutes. And then I put in my old super admin. At this point, I'm already using the imported database. And when I click Login, what you're going to notice up on the top right or up above, you're going to see Image Manager at that point. So just kind of, I'm going to go to my Image Manager, my ShadowControl. So just to kind of give you a little recap then about the process, you're going to export the database. You're going to bring up your new appliance. If you bring it up on the same IP, I just took down and I kept it on the same IP. Bring it up, and then just make sure you click that radio button to import from a database file. And that's it. It's just as simple as those 3 things. Once it comes up, you'll notice that the endpoints, it's going to be, hey, you need to update the endpoints to 4.0 so it can talk to this appliance. And so that's pretty simple. You go through the endpoints and the push install. But I'm going to show you guys. So here's the new tab. So you have Image Manager up above over here. And when you click on it, it's going to display you all of the image managers that I have. So right now I only have one on my lab environment. But you'll notice it kind of gives you kind of the breakdown of the endpoint details, for this image manager. If I have multiple over here, every one of them is sitting in here, and it kind of gives me the status of those managed folders. Once I click on it, it expands. So this is the new view that we were talking about. So it expands, and it tells me where I'm managing, what machines I'm managing, and you can see as I roll over, this is the part, it gives you the information about that machine, what managed folder that we're managing. If you click on any of these, it actually goes through and it gives you a history, a detailed history of Image Manager's activities for this machine. And so you can see verification and retention, and you can see all the times when that occurred, how long, how much it's taken on the volume, etc. So if I go back over here, so the coolest part, so you have right here, you have the usage information for this data store. You have the images, and you can see how many images. You can click and sort these, so you see which ones are images, which ones are the ones that are taking up the most space on my data store. Verification, consolidation, retention, replication. So the whole process that Image Manager would do, you have a little checkbox view into what is going good and what's working and where you need to what you need to do. So if you mouse over any of the checkbox that says no failures, if you go over and mouse over, any of the errors, bad decryption password, for example, and it gives me the image that it tried to decrypt. So I know there's things there. And then also it gives me the no failures. If I mouse over the replication, it says the last replication was at 12:01. I mouse over, I can see the file that was replicated. So that's kind of cool. Those are new things that we're able to see. The other part that's really cool in here, we can have multiple image managers all showing up green, and you can do some custom filtering. So if you say, okay, show me everything that has an HSR job, which I haven't had this yet. So let's say, let's show me everything that's critical. So I can see over here everything that's actually critical. So it's saying, oh, these are the critical ones. Show me everything that's critical and with a warning. You can see they're both here. You can delete any of them. So it's a lot better of you can also go by organization. Show me everything in the default organization that has a warning. None of us in the default organization right now. So really cool that you can do this. You can do show me everything that's healthy. So here's the healthy ones, the 2 over here. So if you click 2, it would also show this. If you click 4, it would show you the healthy and the warnings. And if you click the criticals, it would show you everything. And you can take those off in whatever order you need. Also, the warnings are pretty cool. So you can mouse over the warnings that you would have in Image Manager, and they're telling you inactivity threshold exceeded. So I haven't had a backup job going in there for a while. So that's the warnings. So criticals are red, the warnings orange, everything else is green. So let's show you the push install, or the status rules first. So in the status rules, I'm going to go ahead and edit this policy. And you can see here's all the new status rules we included. Retention status, replication, a head start restore, things like that. So here's all the new ones that you have set. If you don't want to be, inactivity of a folder status, if you don't want that, you can uncheck that, and you're good to go. Also on the push install side, so push install, I'm going to go ahead and hit appliance. So now you're going to see that on the drop-down, you have the install image manager option. And here's everywhere where I can install. And I also have update image manager. So image manager right here, it says 706. It says it's up to date. I don't need to update. This is my only one that I have right now. But if I go install image manager, I can also install push image manager to this machine and have that installed. What you won't have is you can't set up and manage a folder from ShadowControl. So you push install, and you just go to the image manager, a lot of different settings. And once those are set, and you set up the backup data store, you'll be able to see everything, if everything's healthy, or everything that you would need to do with the protection and your restore for that client. So, and this would be, you can have, when you go to Image Manager, you would have, like I said, multiple. Every client can be in here in their Image Manager for that environment, and you can drill down and see exactly the status. So all of this is being bubbled up into the dashboard, the Image Manager dashboard, and you can see any of these issues. And then when you click, consolidation failed, I can click on that machine. I can see a little bit more what's happening. When I go to an actual endpoint, let me show you here. I go to an endpoint that's actually having some problems. It's critical. You're going to see that it's going to give the Image Manager, so this is Image Manager's errors, and it's bubbled up to the top of that. This is my Image Manager endpoint. So that's kind of nice that you also have, when you go there, you can see exactly what's going on. But everything is coming through that dashboard. You can click through these and click on that one endpoint that's having issues, and you can see exactly what's going on, or through Image Manager and finding out. So this is the new view we hope you guys are excited about, and let's have some questions.
One of them is, what versions of an Image Manager will SC4 monitor? What versions do they need to be on?
They need to be on the latest version, which is Image Manager 7.0.6. That will be the one moving forward if they want to have the leverage the Image Manager view.
And there's also a question of, when will you be able to manage a folder from ShadowControl?
There's always more that we can do, and in the short time that we can do it. Obviously, that's the very next step of a roadmap, but we can't define that yet. We have to release this. Have we released this yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it releases tomorrow, November 8th. It will be available for download tomorrow morning.
So we'll release it. We'll go ahead and release first, and then we'll start working on anything else from that point. Any other questions you guys have? Any changes to IAM API? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think there's any changes, but I can follow up and verify for you, Gregory.
So if we don't have any additional questions, it looks like we have a couple of other ones coming in.
Plans to manage file backup solution. Currently, there's no plans for ShadowControl to manage that. So everything is, we're moving into the portal. So the portal, it should be from the partner portal. You have ability to manage that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I know that we received this question when we did training on file backup and recovery about when ShadowControl integration would happen. And they're working on that. That is definitely on the roadmap. We would love to have the ability from ShadowControl, as you can imagine, from a single pane of glass, to be able to manage all of these solutions. So this type of integration is on the roadmap. Exact dates are yet to be determined, as you can imagine, with quite a few new applications rolling out where this would play an important part, off-prem products. So we're looking at it.
Yeah, so we have a couple more questions here. And as Nephi pointed out, in Image Manager, if you set up Image Manager with as a backup store, any new folders going in there, it'll be automatically be loading into ShadowControl. That is correct. You set up as a backup store in Image Manager, any new folders, any new things, it will just be populating in this view. You're correct. Also, another question, if you have an older version of IAM, can SC4 push out the upgrade to them to 706? Yes. So over here, if we go to the push install, and we select, so we have the option, we install a brand new or we update Image Manager. Right now I click update. This one's already up to date, but that's exactly what I did here, and I pushed install the new version. So as long as the endpoint, you'll need to update the endpoint to 4.0. So as you can see over here, ShadowControl agent endpoint. So that one got updated to 4.0. Then I was able to push the update to Image Manager.
Looks like there's a follow-up on that earlier question.
Okay. Okay. Just expanding more. Yeah, that's correct. The backup store enable at the top level as a backup store, then anything else will follow through.
Let's explain that a little bit more.
I saw from Carl, can you install version 4 over the top, or do you need to create a new VM? You can certainly install over the top. I would recommend just take down the VM, you export the database, you still have that 3.8 appliance that you can turn back up, build the new ShadowControl, and then import it. If you import it and everything is good, and you update everything's good, take it down. But I would recommend, especially if you have XP in 2003 that are already managed by 3.8, you just won't have the ability to have any of this image manager integration. Leave those, I would leave that up, let those machines keep reporting through the 3.8, and then bring up version 4 and keep moving forward that way. So that would be one reason why I wouldn't install it over the top if I have XP in 2003 that I still need to have a view into.
Yeah, kind of another look at that. Gregory was asking, if we upgrade to ShadowControl, will we not be able to monitor backups on either XP or 2003? Is that correct?
That's correct. So the reason for that is that in order for the endpoint agent, it was a different version of Python. So it's a Python 3.5, I believe. And that is not supported in the OS XP and 2003. So it's a limitation of an older OS that can't support new version of Python. And so because of that reason, we can't, we can't even install an endpoint agent, but even if we did, we can't pull the information. So that's the limitation there, and that's why we're still going to keep available in the website the 3.8 and the 4.0 appliance if you need to manage those. Or if they, since it's been out of Microsoft support, if they update their OS, they should be able to go to the latest version.
Chris had another question here. So you upgrade your appliance, and then push the endpoint updates to 4.0. You push those out. So an MSP does not have to touch any of the machines in the field through this process?
Correct. So once everything you do it's going to be from here, from the endpoint selection. So if you when you come up, so update ShadowControl agent, and it's going to bring you this option here. I already clicked to send an update to these, but they haven't checked in yet. But yeah, you just select all of the machines, and then you tell it to update the agent, push install the agent, and that's going to take them to the 4.0. So yeah, all of the machines that are out there, you will not have to go in and touch them to update them to the latest.
Here's a good question. So can you run 3.8 and 4.0 at the same time with the same machines managed, or how would that be if you had to support XP on one and then you wanted to upgrade another 4.0?
So if it's the same machine, obviously it's only going to have one endpoint agent that's going to be talking to one appliance. So if it's a 3.8, it's going to be reporting to the 3.8 appliance. If you push it to 4, the 3.8 appliance is not going to know what happened, and how to keep reporting that. But if it's an XP of 2003, you won't be able to do that anyway. So I would stand up. You can stand up on two different IPs, one 3.8 in one IP and one 4.0 in another IP, and you can leverage that way. I think that for the most part, like there's so much more benefit to the new image manager and what they're getting with the new view that they want to go to the 4.0. I think it's more valuable to the customer.
This kind of follows along the same vein. The 3.8 and 4.0 listen on different ports. So how could you have two shadow controls behind a firewall if they listen to the same ports?
Remember when we said it's only going to be subscribed, one agent is only going to be subscribed to a appliance. So you can have an agent, and if it's a 3.8 agent and it's subscribed to the 3.8 appliance, it's only going to talk to the 3.8 appliance on that IP over those ports. If it's a 4.0 agent, it's going to talk to the 4.0 appliance, it's going to talk to that IP address over a new port. The only time that you lose a single IP is if you're completely taking down your 3.8 to the 4.0.
Okay. It looks like we have most of those questions answered. If you have additional questions that pop up, and usually you'll be thinking about this a little bit, and the light bulb's going to go on, and you're going to say, well, what about this? You obviously know how to get a hold of Junior, junior.silva@storagecraft.com. If you need to be routed on something that has to do with the delivery or the marketing or those kind of things, rob.walton@storagecraft.com, and we'd be happy to answer those questions and to move those forward. And if we don't have any additional questions, I want to thank Junior for his time. We're really excited about this release. It opens up some new options for our customers and our partners, and we look forward to continuing to improve these products as we go forward. Again, this will be recorded, and it is being recorded, and the links will be sent out for those that would like to take another look at it, share it with others inside your group. Thank you very much for attending today, and have a good day.